I'm Tachic Hickman-Piazza, founder and principal designer of home and lifestyle brand Allured By Design. And whenever I'm not designing and beautifying spaces, either in my own home or in a client's home, my favorite pastime is to travel. I'm so inspired by all of my travels, and I love to bring all of that inspiration from my travels right back into my home, as I firmly believe a person's home should be a true reflection and extension of their personal taste and style, with beautiful collected pieces that complement who they are, what their passions and interests are, and ultimately, what makes them feel good. Both traveling and designing makes me feel absolutely amazing, but simply being creative makes me feel even more wonderful. In my latest series, The Influence of Travel in Our Homes, I'm excited to show you all some of the stunning pieces I've collected over the years and designed and styled in my home. But more than anything, I'm super excited to share travel memories with you of exactly which country or continent has inspired me to purchase those pieces. If you've never believed in the power of travel and how it truly connects to design and inspires us all, I'm ready to both inspire you and also make you a believer. So I thought I'd do you guys a solid. I thought I would get a little dressed up today for today's episode. I wanted to be really fancy. I mean, we already know that, fancy is my theme. I'm very fancy. But I thought I would, get a little dressed up today, be somewhat, casual formal. Is that even a word? I honestly don't know if it is. We know that there's casual chic, there's semi-formal, formal, but this is my version of casual formal or casual semi-formal. So I thought I would get a little dressed up today because I'm going to be showing y'all some real fancy stuff. I've already shown y'all some fancy stuff, but I'm really about to show y'all some even more fancy decorative pieces and accents in my home that have all been inspired by my travels. So stay tuned. I'm going to show y'all something really fancy. Come on. The word intaglio, which is Italian in nature, it means to cut or carve into, to either engrave, carve, or incise a design in a hard material like stone or metal, so that when you engrave inside of the stone or metal, the image sits right below the surface. Now, intaglios or intaglio art, it became largely popular in Greece and Rome, but it first originated, the practice of creating intaglio art pieces first actually originated in ancient Mesopotamia and Egypt around 5000 BC. These beauties to my right, to your left, these are my first 3 acquisitions that I own of authentic intaglio art. So when I first saw these pieces, I was completely just like, oh my God, they were so beautiful, so gorgeous. It reminded me right away, immediately, of my travels to both Italy and Greece. My husband and I we're probably like the biggest, or I should say one of, because I know there are a lot of people that love them some Greek and Roman mythology. My husband and I, both being 2 people, we have a lot of books on Greek and Roman mythology. We watch a lot of Greek and Roman mythology films. Hello, Clash of the Titans. We are fans. So when I saw these, it made me think so much of our first visit to the Acropolis Museum, which is in Athens, Greece, right? And all over Greece and all over Italy for sure, but definitely in Greece and in the Acropolis Museum, It is just statues and sculptures upon statue and sculpture of all of these famous Greek mythological creatures and, characters that we've heard about growing up in the films like Clash of the Titans, and Greek and mythology books. And that's what I thought about when I first saw these intaglio art pieces. And ironically, I bought these several years ago, right? And I had been looking for like intaglio art pieces for some time because I knew that I wanted to own them. And depending on where you get them from, who your vendor, they can be expensive, I will be honest, because it is an art form. You're literally, as I said, intaglio, which is Italian in nature, it means to cut or carve into stone, right? So you're paying for the craftsmanship of it. So when I saw these pieces, I was again, like I said, it reminded me of my travels to Greece. It reminded me of my time that I spent in the Athens, in the Acropolis Museum in Athens. But I was more so drawn to just the elegance of these pieces. They're fairly simple. It's like an understated beauty because it's just white and gold. But the stones, the edges of the stone pieces are etched in gold. And we already know I'm gold finger, gold on the nails, gold chrome on the nails. Hello, hello. I love anything that is accented in gold, that's painted gold, gold leaf. I love gold. To me, I just think gold always elevates things to an even higher level. So that's what really drew me to these pieces. It was the beautiful gold framing. I love the matting, and it's almost like a shadow box, basically, is what this particular intaglio art piece looks like. And intaglios, the way you spell it, for those who may be wondering, it's Intaglio, intaglio. And one of the things, and intaglios are different, like every piece of intaglio art piece you find, they're not going to always look like this. Sometimes they're taller in height, and it may only be a very, very small opening at the top for the actual stone that is placed into the art piece. I love these so much because the opening in the mat or the shadow box, the opening was larger, which I loved. And if you can tell, like from the top to the second piece to the third, all of the stones are different, right? I have a circular one up top. I have more of like an oblong, kind of like a rounded square. This is more of an oblong shape, I believe. At the bottom, don't judge me if I said that wrong, the wrong shape. But I love that they kept the squares kind of like the same uniform width and height for the stone that they inserted. And I just thought they were beautiful. And what really inspired me to put these pieces here, so this is my beautiful faux plastered wall treatment. This area had been blank for a long time because I really didn't want to ever put anything here that was going to take away from the beauty of this faux plaster treatment that I had done to my walls. And I knew if I was going to put anything here, it couldn't take away from the beauty of the wall. It could only complement it. That's it. It didn't need any enhancement because the wall itself is gorgeous. I could only put something here that was going to complement the beauty. And I thought these were so elegant, and maybe for some people a little bit of understated beauty, but it was just such this elegant piece of art form that I thought it would really perfectly complement my wall. And I just love every time I walk into my home, I love being greeted by these pieces. And I love that my guests, when they come to visit me and my husband, this is what they will be greeted by as well. Most importantly, I wanted these pieces, when you walk into my home, I wanted these pieces to make a statement, right? And I think that a lot of times when we travel and we're inspired by the places we travel to, and we collect things, whether we bring tangible things back from our travels, from those destinations to, decorate our homes, or you find something in the area you live in that reminds you of a place you've traveled to. I think that the things that how we style our home as it's inspired by our travels, travel basically can make a statement piece in your home. And that's what I wanted these pieces to do. I wanted, when I come into my home, obviously I live here, but more so when my guests come here, I wanted this to make a statement. When you first walk in my home, I wanted this to say, wow, this is someone that really loves beautiful art. This is someone that collects beautiful art, not just abstract pieces, but like ancient art pieces. Because remember, this is an art form that originally originated in ancient Mesopotamia and Egypt, all the way back in 5000 BC. And I wanted that to be really, really, just such a statement. Now, someone walking in, they may not know, where this art form originated from, but this gives me an opportunity to have a discussion about that. Someone comes in my house and, they're drawn to this. They may have a question about it, and it's a conversation piece. So once again, I am always inspired by my travels, different places I travel to, whether domestically or abroad, but absolutely my abroad travels. And just like I'm inspired by my travels internationally, I want you all to be inspired too. That's why I'm inviting you to join me on my next design and lifestyle group trip. Allured by Design presents Life, Culture, and Design Inspiration in the Mediterranean. We are heading to Greece and Rome in 2027. June 4th through the 15th, we will be touring several Greek islands, Athens, Mykonos, Santorini, a few more islands, and then we are going to end the trip 3 days in Rome. I have curated this itinerary to perfection. There's so much that we're going to be doing. Of course, visiting art galleries, museums. We're going to be doing wine tours, food tours, really, really soaking up the Greek and Roman lifestyle. And I want you guys to really, really experience what it's like to take part in the Greek and Roman lifestyle. Tickets are available now. You only need to put down $99 to secure your spot. $99, that's it. Once you put down $99, you pay a monthly fee, or you can do our higher deposit, which is $450. Once you do the higher deposit, that gives you the flexibility of paying out your balance as frequently as you choose, as long as your balance is paid out in full March 6, 2027. So you can go to the alluredbydesign.com website. You'll see on the homepage of my website, Greece and Rome. It's going to say view pricing and itinerary. Go ahead and click that. It'll take you to my travel site. On my travel site, you'll see the full itinerary and then also an opportunity for you to go ahead and book your spot. All my Instagram followers, go to my bio in Instagram and you will see, join me. You'll see the link in my bio. Join me in Greece and Rome. All of this information will be in the credits of this episode. Well, I'm of course going to put stuff in the caption for you guys, but for sure when you go to my travel site, you'll see the daily itinerary, what all the trip covers, like your flights, your hotels, meals, all of that. I just want you guys to come and have a good time and be inspired the same way that I am. So until the next episode, stay both allured and inspired.
Just like a filter. Whenever you want me, I'm here for you. I'll make you brand new. All of them flaws, baby, what's the use? Let's bang it true. Just like a filter. Let me take you for a ride. I can fix it up, I can change your life. 100% enhanced, refined, total imperfect design. Let me